Bubble cam over to the manip. Right.
It's a little tappy. Oh, well, that was easy.
That was easy. Probably. Is that too big for our inserts? Probably.
That's huge, I think.
Well, that's not big.
No?
That would be fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's collect it.
It looks gigantic. Okay, so we're taking a sample.
Well, let's see what happens. Are you sure? That looks way too big.
Oh, it's crumbly. It's not, yeah,
it's a dirt
I don't
clod.
think that's phosphorite. That's looks like.
That's a dirt clod.
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, it just crumbled.
Yeah, dirt clod.
Interesting.
Well, do you want to do that again on another spot, or do we think this is all?
I suspect it's all dirt.
All dirt, all lithified sediment.
That right there is. That's probably a rock up there, but it's 20 centimeters across.
Yeah,
25.
that's not going to fit in our inserts, is it?
That's probably
let's inch over to the left side. Can you pan left? There's a set of dark rocks up there. Yeah, I'm thinking about those.
Further left, right?
She was circling.
Looking at these rocks.
Almost directly in line with the cores there.
Yeah. Those are rocks.
What do you think about those, Kira? They don't have quite as many animals on them, but
yeah.
You want to look around some more?
Can we zoom in on those rocks?
Yeah. Zoom in now.
Oh, yes.
There's a variety of stuff. Can you pan left, please? I do see feather duster worms.
Guess you're right, a little less bio than some of the other ones.
Yeah, they don't look quite as rich as some of the other things we were just looking at, but maybe we were looking at sediments. That looks interesting. Is that rock or sediment?
That looks dirt clod again.
Yeah.
Dirt clod. Okay, I see scale worm. Oh, let's see. Somebody asked us to zoom on serpulids, and I'm just wondering, are we looking at them now, Crispin, or I see serpulids. Get a photo.
Well, we're full zoom there, right, Al? Yep. Oh, there we go. So that looks like sponge to me, right?
Over to the right.
Yeah.
We have serpulid worms, maybe a panicia, sea cucumber, galatheid crab. Okay, let's zoom out. I think what we want to do is look for some rocks that are clearly rocks and not sedimented.
But with stuff on them.
But with animals on them. Maybe just up ahead here about these, where the sea cucumbers are lying on the rocks.
There's a fun thing.
It's an anthomastus, or what used to be. Okay, why don't we try some rock collection here? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So Bob, I'm going to rely on you to tell me what will fit in the insert.
Okay. Well, you can go by the lasers. I mean,
Yeah,
those
so
are 10
the rock
centimeters.
can be just 1.5 laser widths, maybe.
Yeah,
And that's it,
with stuff on them.
with life possible.
And it looks like the life prefers the dirt clods.
Well, that's an interesting observation. Probably relevant to our work.
What about that one? I don't know. It's not a lot on there. Zoom in out.
It's got some serpulids.
Not a whole lot going on there.
Polychaetes, fecocasts, orams, brittle star underneath.
Yeah, zoom out. That one's not very good. What about up here?
Just up ahead. Yeah, there. Let's take a set of these, right? Yeah.
How about over? Is that a rock?
Sort of this patch here or this patch here.
Okay. Zoom in out.
Okay, let's get that one with the sponge, assuming it's.
It sort of looks dirt cloddy though.
I was going to say, assuming it's not a dirt clod.
That one looks like a rock right there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
More
Will
than
that fit though? It's big.
Well, I mean, it can't go maybe in the same orientation it's in, but
Okay, we've been asked by this chat for a zoom up of the squat lobster, which is right on, so squat lobster right there. So Mary Wickstein, let's pan over to the right, just a tiny bit. Yeah, there we go. So if somebody wants to tell us what these squat lobsters are, that'd be great. We're all the way zoomed in, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And then Paul, I want to ask you, do you want that sponge? If you're there in the lounge.
The lower sponge or the upper sponge? Or the
Well, either sponge. There's a sponge there and a sponge there.
That first one in
says
the,
yes, he does.
in the lower right is actually that holothurian.
Oh, it
Oh,
is.
this is solus.
It's closed, yeah.
Yeah, it's closed solus. Okay, thank you.
So it looks like Paul does want that sponge.
Okay, so let's try picking that up in case
Okay.
it's a rock. We'll get a sponge and a rock.
Okay.
And if it's not, and it all falls apart, then you could put the piece of sponge into the one of the between inserts.
Okay, can you zoom in? You want to just see what it is? Might be a rock.
Let's collect it. It looks like there's a couple of sponges on there, different kinds. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a rock.
Oh no, it's your last chance to get off, buddy.
Yeah, jump for it.
So you can put it in whatever
The
compartment
porch light on?
is easiest for you. Just tell us.
Want to zoom in some more?
Yeah, can we get a zoom on the rock before we throw it in there? Interesting. I'm not convinced that's phosphorite. It definitely looks iron rich.
All right, good capture.
Could be phosphorite though, right? It's got, no?
It's really not dense. It's very
Old.
laminated. We'll see.
You think it's just lithified sediment?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. We'll
Are we
see.
good?
Yes, please. It's great.
So where's this going?
Wherever you want, wherever's convenient. One of the inserts.
The forward bio box or the starboard?
Steve, you want to weigh in on that?
I think it's going to go best in the forward box.
You may have to retract the camera. I think it's extended.
Yep.
Not quite sure that's going to fit smoothly on the starboard side.
Tool tray out?
Yep.
Coming out.
For the data loggers, this will go into compartment 5 with the red tape.
Someone tell me what sample number we're at.
Oh, it is dirt cloddy.
I think it's just rotted, right? Like old rock.
Sample
Yeah.
010.
Tool tray in?
Yep.
Coming in.
So it was 5 red, right?
Oh, oh, okay.
Maybe we need to poke around more out here.
Okay. Let's find another rock that's really a rock.
Let's look rockier rocks out here.
Here comes a junk zoom, Bob.
I would say any of these is good that we can
Bridge
fit.
nav.
It's not too huge.
Can we get a 10-meter step
Remind me,
at
we
200?
want a Niskin also here.
Thank you.
We're also going to want to take a Niskin in
Okay.
this area. We're collecting rocks.
Say when.
Can we zoom in on these?
Yep.
Please.
Zoom in now.
So there's more sponge.
Mm-hmm.
Are these rocks?
Yeah, these look much more like, they're more angular.
Yeah.
They got the nice black coating patina on them. Seems more like a rock.
Okay.
Lots of stuff on them.
Look at the pretty scale worm. Lots of stuff on them. So what do you feel like you can pick up, Bob?
Well, I think we got to see if how attached they are to each other, and
Yeah,
hard
they
to
almost.
say exactly what what's going to come apart there.
Yeah, it would be nice if those are full fractures and you could just pick up one
Yeah.
chunk.
Okay. Well, zoom out now. Set up on it.
Like I'm
Is that
wondering.
fishing line? What is that string?
I don't know. That's a good
Zoom
question.
in. Are you zoom in again? I don't think so. I bet it's seagrass.
That white?
Well, I mean, that's definitely seagrass there, so I would say just because of the proximity. I don't
Yeah.
think it's fishing line. I don't know.
Quite long.
That's a long piece of white something.
Yeah,
As long as it's not a problem for you.
kind of
Um,
liking this one. Oh, that worked. That was my finger.
It's okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
Bridge, can you hold position there?
terribly worried about that.
Can you hold position? Thank you.
Okay, zoom out now.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a way to get, whoops.
Well, I gotta reposition a little bit.
I think they're gonna wiggle it. But then we're still, in terms of our overall dive, we're still in like the lower fifth.
Are we?
I don't know.
I don't-
Curious.
I'm going to zoom
we've-
out for you.
I think we're probably close to halfway.
Let's just turn off the background and make it easier to see.
Okay, zoom in now.
What compartment did that first rock go in?
That was forward bio
Is there-
box 5, red.
Yeah, those are pretty. It's like brick wall there.
So we've gone maybe a third, Aaron.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
So
know.
the last waypoint's there.
Okay.
That's looks like where we're gonna get the best.
That's not
Do we want to
slope.
see how big this one is? Might be.
Oh, it broke off.
I think
Yeah.
that's not too big. What do you think?
Is it connected to the bottom fracture?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna break off of that other piece, but you could see maybe. I think they're together.
Oh,
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 oh.
it did.
So maybe
is
it's
it
not
yucky?
such a good rock then.
What does it look? Can we look at the underside of it? What does that look like to you, Kara?
Oops, sorry.
Looks like altered rock. I mean, it's probably just altered from sitting on the sediment. Hard to tell if it's an interface or if that's the actual material
These are
itself.
like way more brittle than I expected them to.
Mm-hmm.
You could try and crush it if you wanted to. If you don't want to sample it, see how brittle it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's crush it.
Mash it with your
Yeah.
big claw. Arr. Demolition derby.
Yeah, we're learning.
Smash, smash, smash. No smash?
Yeah.
It's a little too disturbed now to try to get a good sample with it, so just curious.
Not really breaking more.
Okay.
Okay,
There's
Interesting.
more in this pile.
so
here.
it's solid.
Semi-solid. I guess it could have gone at the fracture points, but
Yeah. Well, we already have a rock that seems kind of similar from this area. What do you think, Lisa? Do you want to
You think we should keep moving?
keep moving?
I guess my concern is we're going to get to these rock faces without loose rock,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know if we will or not.
Well, we haven't seen
Let-
that so
let-
far, but I'm not sure.
Let's take one more here
you want to
while we're here.
look around a bit more? Right.
You'll probably see more talus material as you approach the bottom of the slope too. But
Well,
I don't know if you want talus.
We are at the bottom of the slope.
But we're continuing
about-
pretty much along the same grade for quite a while.
Is that a rock or sediment? Do we know? There's an awful lot of stuff on it.
The one on the left?
Yes. Yes.
Did you circle it? Oh, yeah. That looks like a dirt quad. We can go poke it.
Okay. I mean, it's an interesting contrast, the two rocks side by side. If one's covered with animals and the other's not, it tells us potentially something about avoidance of these substrates.
Yeah. I mean, the one on the right definitely looks like has more sediment, more porous from this angle.
Hey, I'll zoom in. It's got all kinds of stuff going on there.
It sure
Brachiopods,
does. Lots and lots of
sponges,
things.
bryozoans, Swiftia right there. Right hand side, and you got a Paragorgia too. This is like all the corals we've seen so far.
It's all in
Half of
Pretty
them.
rock.
All in one row.
Glass sponges, demo sponges.
Palatheid. Is that a, what is that? Is that a baby stylaster or something?
Up on top?
Or bryozoan?
Yeah, that's a, it looks like a bryozoan. We can check if it's a stylasterid on deck, but I'm guessing
Then
it's
there's a serpulid there. And what? Are these bryozoans, this thing up there?
yeah, that's a bryozoan.
You want to see the consistency of this rock?
Yeah, I'd love to collect this rock if it's a rock.
Oh, it's pretty big.
Is it? How big is it?
It's
30.
really big. I mean,
Like 40 centimeters
Oh,
big.
Yeah.
all right. Well, never mind. We can't collect it. We can admire it. Let's just shoot it with the camera,
very
admire it,
zoom in more out.
move on.
Can you, yeah, pan up a little bit?
Like in there? Or?
A little bit down.
Is that full in there now?
That's all of it.
So do we think this is not a rock? I'm just curious, Kira.
It looks like a conglomerate of sediment to me. I mean, it's got tons of fractures and just doesn't look like all the
Okay.
rocks around it that really look like rocks.
So can we pan to the rock next door that has almost nothing on it? Right there. And just take a few pictures of that one to compare. I mean, there are some things there. It's an asteroid, little stars. But the question is, what is it about that one that makes all the animals want to live there and the one next to it that makes only the forams like it?
Yeah. Seems like that the one on the right has lots of
There's a nice scale worm.
Nooks and
that's sitting up
crannies.
spots to trap food and still hard enough to colonize.
Was the rock in the foreground with biology on it small? It's like a smaller version of this you're interested in, maybe? It was, sorry, a bit behind them, further past them, and a little to the left.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
hurts my brain.
Talking about like right below the lasers?
Yes,
right there?
yeah.
Zoom in. Oh, right there.
It looks like a rock. It's got stuff
Is
growing
it?
on it, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, good sight.
Yep.
That top guy.
That would work if it's isolated from the slab it's sitting on.
Right, yeah.
Looks like it is. A
We
little
go
space.
investigate.
Yeah.
Zoom
Yep.
out.
See a shark in the Argus?
A shark?
What?
Where?
To the
It's
left?
out of the light.
Come back, shark.
It's in the top left of Herc.
The shark was? All gone.
Are we now
Well,
looking
there's
for
a
the
lot of rocks here, so
Yeah.
we shouldn't have trouble finding a rock.
These look way more rock-like over here.
Let's take a look. Beautiful anemone. Sponges.
Find something small enough in here.
Look at the size of these.
curious if this is going to be phosphorite or if it's too far down slope.
So Munita Cornerspina was the close-up of the Galatea. I was just reading the...
I don't know, what are we thinking here?
I'm thinking that we should find some smallish rocks to put in the bio box. I mean, I don't know if you can climb over this mound, maybe some of these, or
Okay.
over, I'm not sure where you can get to.
Sort of reaching down low down into there.
Is it hard to reach down to where the rocks are?
I can reach into that pile. I don't see a lot of stuff on them.
Can we get over here?
You zoom in now?
I think we'd be okay with any of these rocks. They're representative of what's living here.
Yeah.
So
How big
Yeah.
is that one now? Zoom out.
And if it's,
That one might, that could be maybe.
yeah,
and if it ends up being basalt, then it's good to know.
yeah. So I mean, any of this batch there would be fine.
Okay.
And it can go in any compartment that, I mean, it may be in the starboard box compartments, which are
I'm going to zoom in on Argus.
smaller.
I'll tilt down for you.
Oh, thank you.
Try to center him in frame.
Oh, that's a rock.
It might not be loose, huh?
I thought
I
I
think
saw
it
it move.
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can get that. Not too horrendous.
Can we put in the starboard side? Oh. Nice picture. Colorful.
Yeah, it's definitely got maybe a manganese patina altered iron.
4 M's. Bottom side's not so interesting.
Brittle star sample.
Good captures on those.
Yeah, I've got them.
Great.
Want it?
Yep.
All right. Where's it going?
Starboard. Starboard, the sample tray out.
I need to remember
Yep.
to do a Niskin.
Kira, do you know what type of rock that was?
I'm
You
going to
don't
call
see
it
that
a
very well. I can't
fragment. It could be a lithified sediment or maybe phosphorite. It doesn't look like a ferromanganese crust.
Any box? Pick a box.
Any box, you just tell us what it is because we don't have a
Look
close-up
forward,
view.
forward, inboard.
Yeah, I think that's yellow too.
Okay, thank you.
It's in there.
Coming in.
That was sample 11, correct?
Correct.
And we're doing a Niskin here as well?
Yes, please. I mean, oops, you don't think these are ferromanganese, Kara? I mean, because it's out of this batch.
I mean, it looks like it has maybe a patina on it, but it's not a thick crust.
Let's see.
It's too angular.
You going for 2?
Yeah, I'll go for 2. Get out of there.
Elegant.
Ready?
Yeah.
Watching?
Yep. You got
Pops.
it. Cool.
All right, team, what's next?
Keep moving.
I
Ready
guess
to
we'll
move?
keep moving.
Okay.
Unless
What heading?
Greg or Paul want an animal collected here. I haven't seen anything.
Which box did we put rock 2 in?
Rock 2 was in starboard bio box, yellow 2.
What were you looking for?
I'm sorry, did you want an animal sample or wanted to move
Well,
on?
I'm asking the people in the lounge
Oh,
whether
okay.
they wanted
Okay.
any animals, but I'm not hearing.
Wherever we go, tell me what heading, because I adjusted to keep our Herc in view.
How far to the next waypoint?
To waypoint I, it's 220 meters.
Well, let's do a transect here. We'll start a transect.
Okay.
Moving.
And just moving towards that target still?
This will be our first really rocky transect.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's a good idea.
bearing's going to be 240.
Got it.
I think we can stay, within a meter so we can see and count the animals. That's great.
So you want to be zoomed in a bit?
Yeah. Bit.
Get that set up and then I'll call in the move.
So sponges, Swiftia, thorny head. Looks like a hagfish, Tetraeus down there.
Have we started transect 3?
Yes.
Nope. Well, I haven't dropped the
you
point yet.
haven't?
No, we're
Oh,
waiting
yeah, I
until
haven't.
you give us the okay on like the setup and stuff.
Okay.
Who are you waiting on? Them?
It's just going to take me just a second here to set up.
Yes.
And
Okay.
are happy with that zoom level, Science? Is that good?
We're not very centered in.
Yeah. If we could zoom in a little more, be good.
We'll
want to stop?
Okay, stop.
You comfortable with it?
Yeah.
All right, here we
It's
go.
not going to be exactly 240 because I need the lateral over just a hair, but I'll just work it over the line. It's not going to be a 240 line.
I think that's fine.
It's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, so you need me to change where I'm going, or you're just
Nope,
warning
I'll
me?
just kind of...
You just got to get out in front.
Shift over.
I'll just kind of scooch over there a bit.
Okay. Bridge nav.
Yeah, I can...
We get a 20-meter step bearing 240.
So you've gone from zipping to scooching, huh?
Thank you.
We're not zipping.
I'm sorry, when I told you I was 200 meters away, I was wrong. I was looking at the wrong
So
value.
we started it?
Yes, we're about to start. But I is actually 130 meters away.
See. So we'll finish the transect before we get there. Just looking at the lab logs.
Is this 1-3?
Transect 3, yes.
Thank you.
I was worried there wasn't going to be any marine life, but there's all kinds of things. That
Yeah, I'm really curious about these faulted, really blocky rocks, really angular rocks that we're seeing. It's definitely not typical of a thick crust or the other phosphorite samples that I have, so it might just be basalt talus or...
Look at all this stuff on this.
Yeah.
Wow. It did, yeah. Right, Erin, we're on transect 3 now, right?
Yep. Do you need the location back up for the start?
Yes, please.
Okay, 1 sec.
There's really a lot of those hiding brittle stars. They must get picked off easily.
All good?
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Here is yet another sheet.
Thank you.
I can take over.
Bridge nav, another step, same bearing.
I wonder if Greg wants suctions off any of this stuff, any of these rocks. Nikias, thorny head, I guess Myxicola, the orange tentacled worms. Sea-pan, Umbalula. Kind of starfish. nice sponge.
Olivia is asking if the white blobs on the sediment are sponges.
Yes,
Yes.
I think the white blobs are sponges. If they're white and stringy looking, they're probably serpulid polychaetes. There's Bathybembix, a snail.
When we get off transect, I
Polychaetes.
think we'll do a reset.
Okay.
Looks believable.
So I don't like this rock. Do you think that's lithified sediment? I think that's a real rock.
So blobby and porous looking.
You're stuck on a rock. You gotta go up.
Bogus.
It's like hitting the curb.
Look at that nice bench.
Is that a saccocalyx?
I don't think so. Saccocalyx has all those tubules, right? What was it? Doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
more like a vase sponge or a
Bridge nav, another step, same bearing.
is that a rock or a flatfish? Starting to look right. Brittle stars, asteroids. Oh, the oxygen concentration's gone up, maybe. 6 micromolar.
Yeah, it looks, we've been in between 6 and 8 for a little while.
That bright pink.
Interesting thing.
Yeah, it's encouraging that these are looking a little bit more rounded.
Oh, look at that. That's
Smoother.
pretty. Bright
Oh.
yellow.
Interesting.
Ooh, what's on the right?
Yeah.
Can we pan right? No, I guess
So
it's too
we're
late.
Transect.
We're on a transect.
No panning, no zooming.
No panning.
Scientists, sorry. I mean, we can if you want.
I know, there was a rock covered with yellow blobs.
Yeah, they were
I
cool.
didn't-
They
I
were
didn't-
very cool.
I didn't really see what it was. Look at those pretty white stars. So Devin, no xenophyophores. I think
know.
the oxygen's too low for them.
Do you think if we get further up where the oxygen's higher, we might run into some?
We're not going to get out of the oxygen minimum zone on this
Oh,
dive.
that's a bummer.
Bridge nav, another step, same bearing.
Cucumbers like it here. So do these. Used to be Anthomastus. Takes me 20 years to learn a name and then it changes.
Tough work.
We're a little over halfway.
So we have 2 rocks. Well, we have one rock and one lithified.
Bridge nav, another step, same bearing.
Big starfish look well fed.
They do.
They're really
do
big and fat.
They're so fluffy.
See any of these rocks look like fun to collect, but maybe they aren't the right minerals.
Yeah, these are definitely looking.
Look at that nice smooth one.
Yeah.
It's a pretty one.
When they got away.
It's like the personal ads called like misconnection with that rock. I saw you on a transect. I did not stop.
You were so good looking. Brittle stars definitely like rocks.
They do. Why?
Somewhere to hang out.
Well, look at them all. So one of the features of oxygen minimum zones is having this dense set of brittle stars at its sort of boundaries or in a narrow zone. I think we've just entered that zone. The OMZ edge effect, something like that.
Yeah, we are going down
it's,
again.
700 and about 800 meters. And the density of these brittle stars, these orange ones, has picked up tremendously. And they do seem to be associated with rocks, don't they?
Yeah.
It's like they map out the rocks for us. We've seen these dense zones of brittle stars on margins with oxygen minimum zones all over the world. So in the Arabian Sea, Peru and Chile, off Oman, off India. They're always there.
That's cool.
Off Costa Rica.
Do we know why they prefer these zones?
Well, that's a great question, and it may be something to do with just enough oxygen and lots of food. And they are often at these depths, so kind of 800 to 700 meters, a really common depth for these dense brittle star bands. Could be something to do with food supply also.
Bridge nav. Can we get a 5-meter step at 240? Thank you.
Somehow you entered the chat room.
Somebody's entering as me then. I don't know. I haven't entered the chat room. I've been chatting away all day.
Oh, I'm so interested in that yellow brown.
Now look at this rock. It's
yeah,
got
that's what
yellow
Down there, that
and
was a cool one with the
beautiful.
orange on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm so curious about that.
It's very cool. We're 5 meters off end of transect.
Where did all the brittle stars go?
We passed their zone. So
Oh.
what's the depth here? 790. Now we're out of it. That was interesting.
Yeah.
And
All
the
right.
question is the oxygen too low for them in here?
We can call that end of transect.
And? Okay, thank you.
You want to look at that rock?
You want to zoom in on that yellow one?
Sure.
Back it
Is
up.
it too late?
No. The ship's almost completed a move, so we're good.
Way too late.
One.
Hey, zoom in.
Okay, take a look. Tell us what you see here.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's
Yeah.
pretty bright yellow for phosphorite. So maybe sulfur rich or.
What's really interesting is that all this stuff that looks like fuzz is probably protozoans,
Yeah, not just sediment.
not just sediment. See, they're structured to it,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's somebody's fecal material.
Can we just get a photo here?
We
Yeah.
take a picture
I've
of
got-
this. There's a nice scale worm right there down at the bottom. I don't think what that white patch is. Oh, there's a Terabella right under sponge.
Cool.
Yeah. You're
Wanna
looking.
Scratch the surface of that to see if it's like
Yeah.
it's not.
I
just
wonder
on
if you
the
can break
surface.
it. I mean, I wonder if it's solid or
That
just
looks
lithified
pretty,
sediment.
looks pretty thick right there, but you could poke at it.
Do it.
You wanna zoom out, Al? Video. Oh,
Oh, we're poking.
no more, Al.
Apologies.
Smush it. Look, this is like a ledge.
That
I wonder
look-
if these
that
are
looks like-
carbonates.
yeah, that looks like carbonate to me.
I think we're at a methane seep.
Yeah, that's bacterial mat.
That'd be exciting.
You wanna-
That does look like a carbonate ledge,
Yeah.
an awful lot, which means that maybe that rock on top of it is also carbonate.
Yeah. Can they get
You want some poking?
orangey yellow like that?
I'm sorry? Ken?
Yeah, so you get bacterial mats that can be white or yellow or.
Well, there's
We
little
saw,
white,
we saw a bunch of
what
that
are,
in the last
there's little white
cruise.
splooshes of various places here.
So you want to see this crust here first?
You can try poking that. See, I'm pretty sure it'll break off. Maybe not.
Oh, you can lift up the whole
Yeah,
seafloor.
that's definitely carbonate crust.
That's the
right
whole
there.
ledge. You might start a landslide.
Oh no.
He's doing it. Crush it.
Get Mongo.
Oh my goodness.
wow.
Krishna.
Oh my God.
Big sample.
That's
That
a big
is-
sample.
That is carbonate crust for sure.
Okay. Well, we should note down in our logs and.
Yep, I got it noted.
Or,
I gotta move ahead a little bit
Yep,
to
no.
get that.
you're gonna get a hernia if you try picking up
Yeah.
so
Can
much
can
weight.
you strap it to the roof?
Actually, I need just a second here to see what's going on with the drip force.
I mean, what do you think about these rocks? Should we cover? I'm sort of all for
Yeah, I mean,
getting rocks when we can get rocks.
They look rounded, and I like that they're looking a lot less angular than the ones we were seeing deeper down.
Are any of the rocks in front of you, Bob, small enough to fit in our inserts?
We can go like the one that's where the lasers are right there.
Yeah.
That certainly is.
Let's try to pick that up and put it in the starboard bio box, please.
Oops.
I think we don't want it
You don't
at
want
this
it?
point, because once it drops like that, a lot of stuff will, animals will fall off. Anybody else in the vicinity? Is this one the right size? Look at all the Galatheas that were under the rock he picked up.
Oh, yeah.
They're all just exposed now.
Huh.
Let's get a photo.
Oh, what the heck? Sorry.
Are you getting hungry or something?
Actually, that was a really good rock.
Should I get you a snack so that you can sustain?
It's like the vending machine game. It's get it to the entrance and drops anywhere.
Oh, I know why. Sorry. I was fiddling around with the calibration on here.
That one you just dropped had an awful lot of cool stuff on it.
Yeah, but if I keep dropping it.
No, okay, let's try for another one. I think it's.
Oh, but Jess gets to try for another one.
Well,
we're swapping out pilots.
Okay.
She's itching
We're
to
gonna
get
swap
something.
out scientists too. Let's see if I can.
Watch your mics, whoever's taking them off. Somebody is hurting.
That's not me.
Somebody's
I
hurting
ain't
my
doing it.
ears.
That's not.
There you go. All right. A little bit of shift change here.